Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lanice, and if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Lanice. I am a registered nurse and I do these cool little nursing videos. And if you are not new here, hello. If you are not new here, hello. Thank you for coming. Thank you for tuning in to another one of my videos. It is greatly appreciated. I'm so glad that you are finding my videos entertaining, educational, whatever reason you watch them. I'm glad you do it, okay? So anyways, today I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background of mine. Today I had an interview for a remote nursing position with an insurance company, and I decided, you know what, my nursing journey I have done a lot as a nurse. So I wanted to kind of start a series. I'm not sure what I'll title it, but it would just basically be a series about my journey as a nurse over the last 8 years. And I figured the only way to start this series off is by telling you guys exactly the steps that I took in becoming a nurse. My story is not the normal everyday. I graduated from high school, went to a four-year college and received my BSN in nursing. I actually don't have my BSN in nursing. I'm currently working on my BSN in nursing, which is also a part of my journey. And it actually took me a while to become a nurse. I've shared some of my stories along the way, but a lot of my subscribers are new here, so you probably haven't watched a lot of my videos from 2-3 years ago. So I figured, let me go ahead and give you guys my background, and I will start with that, and we'll go ahead and talk about that as far as my journey to becoming a nurse. So if you well, I've already said this, I am a registered nurse, but I have my associate's degree in nursing. I am 34 years old, and I have been a nurse in total for 8 years. So my story, I graduated from high school in the year of 2006. I did receive a full academic scholarship to a 4-year degree where I thought I was going to go and get my BSN, but we don't know what we know now. We didn't know it back then, honey. We did not know how important school was. We did not know where we were going. We didn't know a lot of these things. We were just a lost, confused little kid, right? That's why I'm definitely an advocate for community college. Anybody that has a child that's debating on whether they want to go to a 4-year college or a community college, depending on that child's maturity level, I would suggest a 2-year college where you can keep your eye on them, okay? Because I kind of wish I would have did that myself. But anyways, if you hear my dog is outside. You might hear him a little bit. But anyway, so I graduated high school in 2006. I got a full academic scholarship to a college. I went to college. In that first year, I was not focused. However, I still made really good grades. I had like a 3.75 that first semester. Then that second semester, I think I had maybe like a 3.0. But in order to keep my scholarship, I had to have a 3.5. And the reason I didn't do well is I got all A's, but I got an F in anatomy. And if you are not aware how important anatomy is for nursing school, you need to understand how important it is for nursing school. Even if you take it and you fail it the first time and you get an A the second time, nursing schools really look at the fact that you did not pass the first time, and they take that into consideration whenever they are making their decisions on whether or not you get into the nursing program. At least this particular school definitely took that in consideration, and they made you very aware of, they looked at how many times you had to repeat a course. So my freshman year, I was not aware that you should wait to take your science courses over the summer when you had more time to focus on them. I think I had like 16 credit hours, 14 or 16 credit hours that first semester, and anatomy and physiology 1 was also a part of that, and I failed anatomy. And then I turned around in the second semester, I think I got like a C in chemistry. And another thing that these nursing programs consider, it's mostly point-based systems depending on what school you decide to apply to. However, your points are based off of your grades, and normally sometimes you don't even get points for C's, you only get points for A's and B's. So my science courses, long story short, whenever I went to the 4-year nursing program, when I went to the 4-year school, I made C's in just about all my science courses. So whenever it came time for me to apply to upper division, which is the real nursing program where you're taking the nursing courses and you're working on your nursing degree, whenever it came time for me to apply into upper division, I did not get accepted. They said, no ma'am, you will not be getting your nursing degree here. That's not how it works, and you got to get good grades to get up in here. Okay, so I did not get in, and so I ended up sticking with it. I ended up sticking with the school, and I also ended up getting pregnant while in college. Had my daughter when I was 22. And so I ended up just graduating after 5 years with basically a liberal arts degree. My bachelor's degree is in interdisciplinary sciences, which is basically just a liberal arts degree. As my friend told me the other day, she said, oh, you got a certificate for participating, basically just letting people know you went to college. And it was kind of hurtful, but it is what it is, hey. Whatever, it happened. So after going to college all those years and just getting a liberal arts degree, I began working for an insurance company in the claims division, and I was a claims assistant or a claims associate for 3 years. While I was a claims associate, mind you, my mom and my grandmother are both nurses, so that's all they really thought about. My mom was very big on, you need to have a career, because say, you're working this call center job now, say they decide they need cheaper labor and they up and move the call center to the Philippines. What are you going to do about a job? You need a career. You need something to where you'll always be able to find a job. And of course, she's a nurse, so of course she always suggested nursing or the military. At that time, social media was not very popular, so you didn't really have a grasp on the fact that you could really do anything you want to do in the world. The options seem to be very limited. So I decided, you know what, she's right, I do need a career. I went back and I got my LPN at a community college. So I received my LPN in the year of 2014, and from there I worked a plethora of jobs as an LPN, but I made some really good money as an LPN. Some of the jobs that I worked as an LPN paid me more than I make now as a registered nurse. So that was that. I did go to school. I got my LPN, and I worked as an LPN for 6 years. And there were moments when I was an LPN where I really thought to myself, I'm not going back to school to get my RN. Part of me didn't want to be a nurse anymore. It was so many times I told my mom, like, I don't want to be a nurse. Like, this is not my dream. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And she would continue to tell me, first get your RN before you make that decision, because even though you can find a lot of jobs as an LPN, you can't find a lot of different types of jobs. A lot of jobs that I worked as an LPN, I would kind of just go from nursing home to nursing home to nursing home, to the point to where I worked as an agency LPN, and I literally just floated to different nursing homes. So, you can always find a job as an LPN, but you still don't have that many different options as to different types of jobs. My mom kept telling me, if you just get your RN, you will have so many more options. You don't even have to work taking care of people if you don't want to. So I went on, I listened to her. After 6 years of working a number of jobs as an LPN, I did go back to school and receive my RN. And I graduated from RN school in 2020. Right at the beginning of the pandemic. So during the pandemic, I was working in long-term care, nursing home, and I also began working in the hospital. That's where I began my career, in the hospital. And it was crazy, to say the least. I definitely saw a lot, learned a lot, did a lot at that time. But very quickly, I got burnt out very quickly working during starting my RN career during the pandemic, and I'm getting burnt out very quickly now, probably sooner than most of the older nurses, because I feel like the pandemic changed the way nursing is done. And I feel like nurses aren't treated very well at all. So I am currently a registered nurse, and I am currently working on my bachelor's degree in nursing. So that is my history as a nurse. And I told you guys this because I wanted to start a series on my nursing journey because it's taking different turns, and I have a lot of different options right now, and I have a lot of different ideas as what I want to do as far as what I want to do as a nurse, and I feel like it will be great to track my journey. But I also wanted to tell you guys about how there are a lot of different options for nurses, and I have gotten into researching different remote nursing positions, and I did have an interview today. Y'all pray for me, pray I get it. But yeah, so that's really why I wanted to start, because I don't know what the next part of the journey is going to be, but I know that my next video will probably be on my goals, the goals that I want to accomplish as a nurse. So if you are interested in that part of my journey, please stay tuned for the next video of my series. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and start this thing off right. We got some badass bitches in the, no, let me stop. I'm about to start quoting Lil Wayne out here. But yeah, so that's basically how I got into the career of nursing. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything, please comment down below. Anything that you guys want me to cover, please leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.